It's another one. Chocolate city.
Guys, welcome to the Fake Deep Radio. On this show, we'll be discussing popular culture, art, music, and design through our unique perspectives as young Nigerians. Let's get it.
Come on, feel the heat, feel the heat. The ladies say, who do this song? It's the type of jam I've been wanting for so long.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fake Deep Radio. Whoop whoop!
Let's go.
I don't beg una since.
I have to cheerlead now. What are you talking about?
We have two very gorgeous women here in the building.
Yes.
Please. This
Special guests.
Flatter us.
Come on. Special guests.
We have Naomi.
Hi everyone.
Naomi and Sifon.
Hi.
You guys can just give yourselves, just introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead. Hi, okay, so I'm Sifon. I'm a
Sifon.
cybersecurity analyst.
Oh shit, come
Yes,
on.
sir.
And
Black women in tech.
and I have a YouTube, so check it out at Sifonusoro.
Let's
Yes.
get it.
Become an Osori and today sign up.
Hi everyone, my name is Naomi.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi, I'm an IT analyst, and we just started a page on Instagram. True. FemX Vibes, go follow. It's just black women having fun, our usual vibe. And we just want to share with you guys, so follow.
That's what's up.
Black women in tech. Let's get it.
And the vibes.
I have a question for you guys. Why are women always late?
Yes. You know that meme. You know that way. Women and punctuality.
He literally just came for us.
Honestly, because
After-
we're late
No.
we said sorry now.
Let's start
Come
with
on.
real shit. Let's start.
You want a shock value,
It's like time, just like a suggestion to you guys.
No, it's not like that.
No, but it's not even minus today. Like women.
Just in general,
women.
actually, it's not today. Like we're good.
I don't agree with this narrative because I tried to be on
I
time.
actually hate being late. I actually feel so bad when I'm late.
Lies, fake
No, I'm being
news.
Fake
serious.
news.
Yo, I promise you. Most times I try to actually be on
Sifon,
time.
you.
If I'm not doing makeup, I'm actually very on time. Half the time.
What does that even mean?
No, do you know the thing is that like when babes are getting ready, there are so many parts. People don't get it.
No, see, I know what it kind of plays out like, right?
Yeah.
It's first of all to choose what you're going to wear. You go through like 500 things.
And then blow your mind.
Then there's
We choose-
makeup.
We can choose the day before and still be late. So
And
try
see,
the
so
day.
my problem is that so
My problem.
you know this beforehand, right? So why can't you just build it into your like?
Can-
You know
can
that
I
it's going to
say
take me
something?
4 hours.
Go on, please.
Yeah. See, the thing is, there are parts that you don't anticipate. Let's just see. You can start doing your makeup. One eyebrow starts instead of
Looking
them being
funky,
sisters.
you'd
they'll
put
be
an
like,
eyeliner.
They'll be like second cousins or something. You're
Or like
bruh.
your lashes and stain is like flying.
Do you understand? And then
What?
you see you're rushing, you're frustrated, but you're still trying to fix something.
Or like magically your foundation becomes darker than you, and you're like, shit, I look
No,
black.
but wait, what my own question is, okay, yes, all these things are happening, right? But you've done this thing like a billion times. Like almost like 3 times a week at least. You go and put your makeup on at
Actually,
least.
no.
Or more. Right? No, what I'm saying is
fair.
you have a ballpark of the amount of time it usually takes. Why don't we factor that?
In and just be like, okay, you said we should come for
How
8.
does that-
Can we start at 7? Preparing type thing.
Naomi, what do you think about that suggestion?
And see, I'm not dragging you. I'm dragging my mom.
Are you sure?
I'm dragging every woman I know.
I feel very attacked.
No, for real.
Because we're late today. I said sorry, fam.
No, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all
Okay,
good.
no, but honestly, like it's just a lot of things can be happening. I can't explain. Like you could literally be trying to put foundation on your face, and then it touches your dress, and then next thing you know, you're
Yeah.
wiping. It's just and if you actually see how chaotic it is, people really think that we're trying our
That's
best.
it.
Like we're literally throwing things everywhere. We're trying to get ready, but then you just look at the time, like, oh, I'm on time. You just blink.
And
You're
it's
1 hour
done.
late. You're like, oh shit.
But it's mad because I don't think this thing is ever going to change. Because I remember when my father, when it's time to go to church, my pops go leave my sisters and everybody for house.
My dad will be doing beats with horn. Begging my mom. Let's go.
And that was 10 years ago till now.
Till
Till
today,
next
bro.
year, it no go change.
I have a question for you guys, but don't you like how we look when we come out?
No, of course. Of course. No.
You tell them,
Of
Cece.
course.
It's like,
Of course.
takes time. Exactly.
We don't want that one to go away, please.
Exactly. Like when we arrive, you guys are like, oh, ladies, you look gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
How do you think we got there? How do you think we
Because like you guys, all you need to do is just have a haircut and your makeup is
Straight
done.
up.
It's
30
very
minutes, we're good.
Yeah.
We're straight.
It's a game, it's the game. Last.
Game is-
Last. You know, we just wanted to check you guys.
But yeah, Ibo, you had a few questions for these.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
let's just start like, would you guys like to tell us your status in the streets? Like,
oh my God,
Hey.
Listen, this is too much information. Take it easy.
hey, feel free to share what you want to.
No, you airing our laundry to the people.
What is it? Is it a situation? Is it single? Is it
this is right.
married?
I don't even know where this thing is going to go. So let me even just, guys, Naomi is single.
Do you know how many people are so happy to hear this news?
See, I'm looking for a serious man. If you play, don't come in my DMs. If you're a serious man, don't holler. Holler.
Don't play.
See, don't play. This is Naomi, Black Women in Tech.
I swear, and I don't like stress. Let me just
You're
see if
really
you're
vibes.
stressful too. Sifon, do you like stress?
I really don't.
Exactly.
I'm actually quite stressed on my own, so I really don't like stress.
You don't want extra, man.
Alright, CC, what about you? Status?
Jesus, Abel, you came for these babes this night.
I love it.
No, there's no time for games.
I'm extremely single.
Extreme.
Guys, you
Why the adjective in
gorgeous
front?
women. We're putting you guys on. No, better pay this money. I can tell you. See, gorgeous women here, single. Come on.
What? Like how? Why?
Sifon, do you want to go first? Because we got stories for days.
See, it's just hard, man. Between everything. So you guys are just, what's the word I'm looking for?
Please take it easy.
Take it easy, no vex.
Please.
And like, so yeah, okay, not all of you though, but like some of you are just trash.
Fuck.
It's just so annoying because for me, like, I'm talking to a guy, I always ask you, what are your intentions? Because I want to know. Let's not play whatever. So you now tell a baby, nah, I'm not looking for anything serious. Blah blah blah. Okay, fine, I go. Then let me go. No, you're now stupid. They're saying how far now? Let's see. But like, I don't want that. Like I already told you point blank that I want to date or whatever. But then probably to lie or do a thing or two, I'll be like, shit, okay.
You know, another thing I've noticed is like, I think it's because we actually have standards that we know what we want. Because it's not like we're sitting down here and like people are not asking us out, like, come on.
Of course, gorgeous women. Come on.
Thank you. Yeah, but like it's just a thing where like you look at what's going on around you and you look at the kind of relationship you actually want to get into.
Yeah.
Because especially for me and Sifon, like, we're career women. We're trying to, we're just trying to make our own money,
Of course.
and all of that. So you just need somebody that will compliment you, and it's not like you're adding extra stress or you want to play mind games. Like nobody has time for all of this.
Yeah.
You get? So it's just, I think that's where it gets very difficult because you're trying to meet somebody that is on your level. You guys want the same things, especially at this age. Like you don't want
I
to.
really like companionship, man.
Do you
like let's
understand?
grow together, not
Yeah, like it doesn't even have to be a thing where you're like, because I wouldn't look at someone that is my age and be like, oh, you should have blah 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 blah. Like, come on, I'm not a thief.
Exactly.
No, because all of us are struggling. Like,
no.
yeah, we're all
Facts.
struggling, but let it be a thing that, like, at least we want similar things.
Exactly.
And even in the relationship, like me, I for example, I can hang out with somebody and we can just hang out in silence as long as we're keeping each other company. Like, there are just some kind of standards that you just want to, but like you meet somebody and then there are situations you don't need to lie, you're lying.
Yeah.
Then you're trying to blow my mind, and I'm not stupid, and I don't. For me, I get the ick so easily. You do one thing, and I'm like, goodbye.
it's
I
like
love the group chat.
Out,
like the smallest thing, you just like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So like, it's interesting you spoke about like standards, right? And I think that's very interesting. So it's like, obviously the world has changed around us. I feel like women, you guys are more empowered than ever. I'm not saying it's a perfect world by any means or any stretch of the imagination, but like you guys are, chasing high caliber careers, How has that affected like your dating and romantic life? Do you think it's harder to find someone on the same wavelength as you?
Sifon, you want to go first?
Well, Naomi, wait. Why you always?
I know that you're the cover, bruh.
I have so much to say.
Okay, I think personally for me, it's just what I looked for in a guy when I was in uni is very different from now. So like now, I'm not gonna find a guy I'm like, okay, I kind of need you to have like ambition. You don't just want to be stagnant. Because I once met a guy that basically he was fine with getting his 40k salary, and that's fine for him. Do you understand? But like he didn't want to grow his career, nothing. And then for me, I like to chase the money. Like I like money.
Yeah, that's what
So
like I said, right?
you understand? Like if it comes to money, like I don't see myself being broke in like 5 years to be fair. So it's like I needed to be at that level.
Sifon, you're not broke right now.
I
You're
wanted to
already
I'm like Sifon baller.
the embassy.
So it's like just so many things, like even how you carry yourself. Like if your day to day is like you just want to wake up and you're like, oh, let's go here, let's go. It's just play throughout. I'm not about that. So it's like I want to have balance. It's like let's play like bastards on weekend. You know, I was serious Monday to Friday, and then have like goals we're trying to do.
Exactly.
That's just me personally. Because if I'm getting serious, and you're like, oh babe, you know, come on, tap me out.
Please say that.
What does that
Tapping
mean?
yash, that's like some secondary school
It's
shit.
different. It's just like that's
But
the time for
current,
everything.
you remember, current.
Sifon is literally killing me.
Like, no, it's time for everything. Jesus, and it's balance, baby.
Of course. No, I feel you.
So you say, like, no, that's your answer. It's harder to find someone to say with
It's
that.
harder, yes. Because like if you do something right now, it puts me off, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to settle.
So
for
you don't, because me, I believe in accountability. So, but are you always like going back and forth and being like, okay, are my standards, you know? Because like you should go for the standards you want. Nobody should compromise on that, right?
So funny you say
But
that
it's
because
the
after our
negotiation.
talk, so basically, talk had I think 2 days ago or so.
Yeah.
It's like
You don't want to tell the people what talk.
No,
no,
me and
basically
Sissy were just testing now.
Of
it was
the
just
pod,
like
of the pod.
your standards and everything. So it's like I do have standards or whatever, and I never want to settle. So I've been fortunate to have some guys that have loved me nicely. So I kind of know what I want from a guy.
Right.
Tender,
But at the
lovely
same
tender,
time,
lovely
True, you've been in love before.
yeah,
Must be
but then at the
nice.
same time, you know, there are some things some guys don't have initially that I feel like will pull me off. But then I start thinking like, okay, is it really a deal breaker, or is it just because I'm comparing something I've had before?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that thing I'm
That's a very
comparing
good
before,
point.
it could be like, okay, that was good at that stage of my life, but right now, can I still get that now without, you know, everyone should I say faking it just to make the person happy? Because I never want person I'm with to just do it because I know she wants it, but you don't want to do it. I need you to want to do it as well.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And I think I asked the question because
The gospel. The gospel of the story.
I mean, do you know that name actually goes?
Sifon is preaching right
trash.
here. How people are hearing, no?
yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, with the whole standards thing, definitely in uni, there were things I didn't care about. I didn't pay close attention to, I would say. Like uni was mostly, okay, when I was in Nigeria, it was a thing that I wanted somebody that I could hang out with, that we could vibe, you know? You're just thinking about vibes, having a good time.
Vibes and fun.
Yeah, then when I got here, I don't die.
That is the trademark. Like,
Do you get like you guys actually? But then when I got here, it was a thing that I started feeling like, oh, I wanted a man that was older, you know, like kind of what society paints for you.
Yeah.
Like you're a woman that is 23, you want to be with somebody that is like 27, has his shit together. But then I realized that people that 27, guys that like, if you are at different places in life, like you a student, this guy is working, it kind of gives an unfair advantage because there were situations I was in that I realized that, oh yeah, I should like this. I'm not ready for this yet because my mind is not there as well.
Yeah.
I feel like when people talk about relationships, they're always looking at what the other person. Sometimes you have to look at yourself as
course,
well.
for sure.
Like there are sometimes you know for sure that you're not ready to be in something in a way that is healthy, and I think that people should really look at that.
Honesty.
So yeah, because sometimes like I've had phases that I'm like, nah, right now I can't be in a committed thing. Like that's not just the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah.
Not because I want to be on the streets, but I might not have time.
Yeah.
Literally, and you do not want to.
and some guys get needy, and it's like they
and
get
it's
upset.
okay. Do you get? And it's okay if you're a needy person, because I really feel like there's somebody for everybody.
Of
Like
course.
everybody has. Because there are times I've realized, especially with now that like I'm going back to school, I'm working, I'm just like, this is not a good year to be with somebody, because you want to also contribute to your relationship.
Of course.
And the person is contributing to you. So I just feel like, you know, with standards, I've looked at myself as well, and currently I'm just like,
No, that's amazing, because it's like a lot of people don't have that self-awareness. You know,
Right.
I think that's very important. As you mature, it's like you start to, it's you have to first look at yourself before you, and clean up your own house before you bring someone else in, right?
yeah.
So then that's a fantastic.
Yeah, and I think I asked the question because like a lot of people are so rigid with their standards that life just passes by, and they don't have the self-awareness to check themselves and be like, okay, you know, and you're 70 and you're single, you know, and you're just like, what happened. I'm saying it because I know real life stories, like some very personal ones close to me that you're just like, what happened? And these were stunning women when they were young. There was no shortage of men lining up from here to, begging. But, and I'm not saying, maybe none of them was perfect, but did you check yourself? What are the odds that none of them were good for you, No,
the thing is, I feel like as a woman, like there's a gray area. It's like, I don't want to settle, but I also want what I want. And it gets very difficult because I'll not lie, I feel like sometimes I've been in that position. I had this stretch that I was single for like 7 years. Not because of...
Why'd you say damn? What's that?
No, but you know what? It's shocking because me, why was I single for 7 years? Nobody asked me. Yeah, literally. And it's not like anything.
But that's interesting.
Like I'll talk to people, I'll hang out with people, but I realized that like it was always a thing of, I wanted exactly this thing.
Yeah.
And one day I woke up and I was like, babe, you're not somebody spec 100. Like, let's not relax about this. Let's calm down here. So it was not a thing of, okay, now where is this gray area that is like, you have to be open-minded that, okay, you should know what you want. I want a guy that does this. But you have to also recognize that maybe in one person, I'll find 80%. Then the remaining 20 is like touch and go. And
exactly.
It's okay. And it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's true. Very true. And it's like, I think that's one thing it's like you have to, ultimately, it's a choice. Right? It's like, because no one's ever going to have that 100%. That's like once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to make the choice that, okay, I'm going to deal with this remaining missing section of the whole package.
I think the best description I saw of it was I was telling Sifon about it, the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi. It's a concept of imperfections. So like, it's a design concept, but it's also like a philosophical concept where they make this like...
busy.
No. The analogy...
I'm gonna learn today.
The analogy makes sense that no one is perfect, right? But there's actually value in seeing the beauty in people's imperfections.
Of course.
Because it's like the standards thing goes back to is like and I feel like Hollywood and media like is the one that puts it in our head.
Yeah.
It's like rom-coms are like Jesus, they are so tiring. It's like you're trying to describe love in a 2-hour length movie. That's bullshit. Like it's way more complicated than that, I think you're going to find this, rosy. It's crap. This shit is hard. It's work.
This shit is hard.
It's work, bro. So it's like, I think I connected with our wabi-sabi concept.
I have a question for the guys.
Okay, what's up?
It's just, we started with, women.
Hey, please ask us.
Ask away.
But the thing is, like, I'm sure everyone has had this phase that, like, you kind of played with somebody's emotions. And I'm not saying that women don't do this. I'm not saying that women don't do this. Because somebody say, hey, why people know it's not gender war.
Sifon just looked like she was guilty.
That's why I said everybody has been guilty. But, like, if we look at the ratio, it's just a thing that I feel like guys are way more comfortable doing. Do you guys like, at this moment, I know this girl wants to date me or whatever, or that's what she wants. I'm going to tell her this is what I want to, even though I'm very sure that this is not what I want. And then even if she's like, I don't, like when she realizes, you still be doing the whole, like eat your cake and have it.
Basically.
But so what goes on in guys' minds? Like if you can talk for a friend, it mustn't be you. I'm not saying a bad guy, please. My guys are amazing. I'm just saying.
Sure. Do you want to start?
So I think, to be honest, there's a way that men are built. I think that is like, women are built by, of course, the way women are moved more by what they hear, right? And then guys are moved more by what they see, right? And it's like
Sifon's face is like, no, I don't agree.
No, but it's
not every babe shall be doing
no.
But okay.
No, but like, of course, because that's why a lot of times, right, you see men that they get to a certain stage, you're going to pick the woman that just looks the best. There's a lot of guys, and this was a conversation that I was seeing on like the internet for a period of time. This guy's show, Kevin Samuels.
Oh fuck!
Very interesting.
Very stressed.
That shit's stressful.
No, it is stressful, but I mean, I feel like in terms of what you were saying, Sha, before I digress. Yeah, guys deceive babes. Let's be honest. That's fact. That's what I'm saying. It's like a guy can say all sorts of things, right? And you know that this is what's going to move this girl. boys they fuck up. That's I'm trying.
I even defend you.
I'm trying to. I'm trying my
slightly
best.
different perspective. While I agree with everything he said.
No, the thing is, but at the same time, is like also I feel like a lot of times girls hear what they want to hear. A lot of time that happens.
Interesting.
That happens a lot
Interesting.
too.
Yeah.
No, if I'm being honest, like you can say
it's true.
it's true. Like you can say something to a girl, but what she's hearing now something else, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and that's what somebody was telling me. I think was this fun. Somebody was telling me, Shada, you know, if you're saying something to a girl and you're basically saying no, you have to say
You have to be very
You have to treat her like
and I feel like
she have to treat like you get like, and it's like it's sometimes, and okay, I'm just speaking, right? I'm not speaking about any personal situation, but it's sometimes a situation where for example, there are a lot of these guys that you see them, they treat women like crap, right? To make sure, to let them know that, okay, you don't want them, right? But then there are guys that even though I don't want you, I'm going to be very respectful. I'm still going to treat you well. I'm still going to do all that stuff. And then even though I'm saying something else, she's saying something else.
Yeah, because guys will say something, but the actions are different.
I agree.
And you are guilty of this Odudu.
shots fired. Let's go.
We're not opening your ears, but you know you're guilty of it.
Let me not talk to
Sifon,
you.
I'm just a very respectful man.
No, Odudu is very amazing. Don't get me wrong. He'll tell you, yeah, this is what it is, yeah, but Odudu will treat you. This guy likes to die. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so like, that's no. Okay, that's very interesting because do you prefer the guy who is very like just blunt about it and like fuck off? I'm not doing.
Exactly.
No, that's not what we're saying. But I'm going to give a very good example.
Okay.
Let's say you and somebody are hooking up, right? There's no reason why you should be like, oh, I went to maybe Pandora and I saw these earrings and I thought like they looked good on you. Like, bro, don't give me relationship vibes here.
Exactly.
Do you get, like there are differences, right? Or you can't be like, oh, where do you want to go? Let me take you to the best restaurant in town. Like, you know that those are things that are tugging on someone's heart. Like, you know, you as you're doing it, it's because you want to secure. Now, sorry, before you listen, I'll give you another example of what's respectful but not necessarily blunt. Now the thing is that, okay, we're hooking up, we've discussed that we're hooking up. If you're like calling me at 10 p.m. and you're like, what are you doing in 30 minutes? I'm coming over. That is disrespectful because human decency, why can't you? Like, you can still plan you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be like, oh, so are we linking up tomorrow night? Like,
exactly. Like, give me some time.
Exactly.
I'm busy as well.
I'm a human being. I'm not a booty cult. This is not for me.
I'm disclaimer, please.
Yeah, please. I'm not talking about myself. But I'm just saying, like, an in-between can be like, oh, you know, like we're hanging out, we finish doing what we're doing, are you hungry? Like, let's go get food. That's okay. But don't go that extra mile of making someone feel special. Like, guys know. Like, let's not do it as if, oh, you know, nobody's a child here. You know exactly. Because even if babes want to play, like, they know exactly. Everybody knows now.
Nobody knows.
Okay, but that was my pushback, which leads to my point to answer your question, right? Why do guys do that?
Yeah.
In my opinion, guys and women don't mature on the same emotional wavelength at the same rate. Do you understand? So it's like, for me, I've been in exactly the situation that you're describing, where apparently my actions were giving love, let's fly into the sunset. In my head, no, for real. No. I had to learn this with like hindsight, right? Yeah. To me, I was being normal. Like, I was just being good. I'll bring you coffee in the morning type thing.
Love Island.
Love Island. But no. I had to learn that was deep.
Yeah,
to me, that was like just regular shit. Obviously, I won't do it for my guys, though. I didn't think about it. I would bring coffee in the morning for my girlfriends. But to me, it was just being like, you know, being a gentleman. Like, I'll open the door type thing for you.
Yeah.
But you know, the person was reading into those actions. But to be honest, I wasn't emotionally there yet.
A few questions.
And that's like the loophole, right? Because I didn't have that awareness.
Okay, I just want to ask a few questions. Were you like texting, like, how did your day go? Good morning. This night. No names or anything. I'm just trying to get what this
we were talking that time. It was, but for me, it wasn't that deep yet. I was just being normal. Like,
So you see, this is where all the muddy the waters enter. because
Exactly.
it's like Naomi's asking a very valid question.
Facts,
right?
yeah.
It's like if you're texting someone all the time, you're being nice, you're also having all those intimate moments as well.
Calling them
It's a
every day.
package.
It's a package,
Right?
for real.
So it's like, and it just goes back to what I was saying as well. It's like if you're trying to, your actions have to be very, very clear. That's what I've realized as well.
Okay, but my own, I think I'm a different type of person. I prefer verbally, because if she ever asked me, where are you, I'll actually tell her where I am. I don't need you to be telepathic and read my mind and read into my actions. I think I prefer words. If you were just like, hey, these things you're doing are sketchy, can you please tell me what we're doing? I'll answer you in a more clear way, because I don't know, I'm more rational.
Abel, now let me say something. First of all, people are always talking about how you should be honest, you should be direct, but some things are difficult,
No, of
especially
course.
when emotions enter the group chat. You understand? It's like, I feel this kind of way about this person. I want to know what's going on, but am I ready to hear the answer? Like, that's a thing that people should look at. Do you get? Because even if, and it's always sad because there's always imbalance, even in relationships, it's like somebody might like somebody slightly more. And that's where it now gets difficult. It's like, and no offense to you guys, but men don't talk. Do you understand? You'll be looking and you'll just be looking too. You can sit down there for 5 years.
I said different emotional wavelengths. That's what it means.
Like, men don't feel like they need to communicate. It's actually a problem. Like,
Very trash.
and the thing is that, like, if babes, most of the time though, I'm just saying that if babes don't poke, then like no answers are like, okay, let's say you had a conversation the first time, it's like, okay, this is what we're doing, we're not crossing this line. Then you start doing this extra nice stuff. Then you're just hoping that even if it's, because affirmation, everybody thinks it's for good, even for bad, it can be like, oh, I know all these things are happening, but like that's still not where my mind is. It's just clarification. But if you're now just like, we had this discussion 3 months ago, I'm doing boyfriend things, and then I just think you should. Anyway, me, I've heard reviews that I like hearing clarification too much.
If the babe is now poking you like 3 months later, you guys now be like, oh, why are you asking all these questions? Like, why are you doing this?
You're stressing me out.
You're stressing me out.
Mind.
But then I'm asking you because in the last 3 months, things have changed from how it was in the first month. So it's like, let me know if this is still the same or casual thing, or if it has developed to something.
Fair enough. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So when you now call up babes, high maintenance is gone.
And you know the painful thing is that sometimes, like, it's not even as if you're asking for. I'm just saying, open your mouth and talk.
I just want to know. Do you understand? Like, let's have a communication.
Yeah.
I personally think guys can communicate better. We just need to learn that. Like, it takes work.
No, it's true. And I think another thing is that, like, just going to what Abel said, with guys maturing at different times. Another thing that's interesting is where a girl is when she's 22, 23, and where a guy is when he's 22, 23 is totally different.
What do you mean? Sorry, I just need to understand before I comment.
Now I'm just like, what are you talking about?
I don't like answering when I don't understand.
So for example, when a girl's like 22, 23, what she's looking for is very different. Like, when I was 22, 23, I don't know what's in there.
You know what?
I just and I feel like, especially guys in the from that 23, 22, 23, 24, 25 going to 26, those mid-20s section, it's like there's a lot of things happening and you're trying to figure a lot of stuff out.
I agree.
And it's like, but for girls at that time, they're also trying to figure a lot of stuff out, but it's different when it comes to like the relationship thing. That's what you said, when you're 22, 23, you're looking for a guy that's like 27 who already kind of has his shit figured out.
Well,
typically, let's not generalize.
That's what I wanted to say.
That's just a general thing, right? And it's like, so that stage that guys are in the middle is very hard, and girls and guys at those same ages are looking for different things.
Do you know what? I just wanted to add to the fact that from what I know or from what I've seen, for guys, I'll not really give you guys an age thing. Because you meet guys that are 24 and know what they want. And then you meet guys that are 34 and they are lost as fuck. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, guys, they're past that age range, but I realized that that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
No, but the thing is, okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, you can have someone that's like 24 and has their own whole life figured out, right? But it's like, in your mid-20s, generally, right? Generally, you're actually, there's a lot of things going on. You're trying to hustle, you're trying to do your job, you're trying to find your own business that's going to set you free. You're
Yeah.
trying to.
Set
There's
you
just
free.
Lost in the source.
because you know that the standards already as a man, especially when as you reach that age, you're thinking of yourself as you're going to become a provider, right?
Fair.
That's the thing. Whether we like, equality here and there, of course.
And we prefer it too.
But it's
I was
like,
okay. Yes, a question. No, I have a question. concerning that. Yeah,
and
finish
so
your
it's
point.
like, but it's like as you go, you're thinking because you're obviously going to go and approach a woman,
Yeah.
and say, "Come and join me." So it's like you're already thinking, I have to have this shit figured out first before I do that, right? So, and that's what in general men are doing in their mid-20s, right? But then girls in their early 20s, that's like 22, 23, they're already set for that. If you get what I mean. You can still no. What I mean is, what I mean is they're still hustling to. Of course, everybody's hustling to try and get their shit together.
Yeah.
But it's like you can date a guy that's already 27 and has his shit figured out, and it's fine. If you get what I'm saying.
Now, do you know?
Okay.
Okay, Abel, did you want to go ahead with what you wanted to ask?
No. I'll ask it as a follow-up question, but finish your point.
Okay, so the thing is, I feel like relationships work better. Not like I'm an expert or anything. I'm sitting out here single. I'm just saying that I feel like relationships work better if people realize that if you know what you want, you look for somebody that complements that. Because sometimes this whole, I have to be a provider before blah, blah, blah. What about if you want to date and I don't have all that yet? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's fine for you to enter. Like, if people were, let me put it in a better way. If people were more, is it empathic?
Just had more empathy, yeah.
Yeah, if people had more empathy, you see that, okay, I don't want to treat somebody this kind of way. And because I feel like a lot of the problems that come up with relationship, mind games, honestly.
Okay.
I feel like mind games is a huge part.
Yeah.
And if you just realize that, okay, I would never want to be treated like this. I should not treat somebody like this. Like this whole, whether you're 23, 24, have your shit together, don't have your shit together, all those things, like you'd find somebody that works for you. Because I feel like a lot of us box relationships into what society say
Of
like
course.
it should be. Do you understand? And following up on that provider thing, right? For me, it's just like there are guys that don't want to do all of that to that level. They're not for me. But
I think finish your point. I have a very interesting question, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, to just summarize, I just feel like everybody should just know what they want and look for somebody that also fits with what they want, and then things will just work better.
No, but Naomi, you're saying something that should be. I'm telling you the reality of how
That
we
was what I
live.
was asking.
And you remember, you're a smart woman. You're at this stage where you understand what's going on. But that what you're saying now is how it should be. But that's not the reality that we live.
That's true. I
You know?
agree.
Okay, and this is, I think we're talking about it on a very, kumbaya level. But life is
Kumbaya
real.
for real.
The kids need to eat.
Yeah.
Like, streets are rugged, right? So it's like, and a simple question, like yes or no, then you can dig deep, right?
Yeah.
At the point in your life with the kind of careers you're chasing, which I'm sure are very time demanding and effort demanding, are you looking for a provider or a partner?
Both.
You see, ba?
My good sis.
You see, ba? No, but you see, ba?
Easy.
No,
You
see.
see,
Let
no,
me
but
dis-
hey, you see, ba?
I see. I see. What did you say? I
So
see.
wait,
Dudu.
so
That's what Odudu was trying to describe. What that guy that wants to be able to be of value to a woman is trying to do at that age.
I agree. See, I agree.
Exactly.
Like, for me, it's even a turn on when guys are like that focused
love it.
and want to take care of me. I like it. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm not a criminal, but there are just some things. Like, for me, if you're taking me out on a date and we get there and you say you should split it, to be honest, I feel like it's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Let me explain why.
No, of course,
Is
I
it,
agree.
is it first
If you-
date?
It's not even 10th. No. 20th.
Hey,
No.
her point. Let's
See, just listen to my point,
Yeah.
everybody. It's
Take
just a
everybody's
thing
calm
where-
down,
Because
make
for
she
me,
land.
I'll be the kind of woman that will literally tell you, oh, I want to try this. I'm taking us out next week. I would not tell you to split it either.
course.
It's a vibe. Like, how can I dress up? I've worn hair. We'll now go there and be like, oh, so did you have the sex on the beach and I had the frappe? Why are we spoiling the vibe?
Yeah.
Like, let's not like women like to like that whole vibe of I'm being taken care of. Like, it's just a thing that, and it mustn't be big. I think that's where a lot of guys mistake. Like, of course there are women that want Gucci, Chanel, all of that. Me, I'm
And there are
just
guys
like,
there are tricks out there for them.
exactly,
There's
there are
something
guys out there for them.
everybody, yeah.
Me, it's not like if my man can do that,
comfortably, because I feel like if you like somebody, you also don't want to stress them.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying? So if he's like, okay, him this month, like things are tight, he's working on this, and he says, oh, let's go to Starbucks, get something, go to the park. I think it's the thoughtfulness behind it.
Of course.
It mustn't be like, oh, we're all going for $300 dates and then everybody's stressed.
Actually, think about it. I saw this tweet. Yeah, I would say that there are a good amount of babes that if you're dating the guy, they don't ever want to do anything for the guy. And you know how obviously a guy would woo us or something. Yeah, that's true. Guys too want to be wooed.
Like Roma said, we just want to relax and be taken care of.
Exactly, yeah. So like obviously I get the whole not paying for this thing when you go if he asks you, because me too, I'll be like, okay, let's go somewhere. And I mean, I don't mind covering you or whatever.
Do you understand? Yeah.
But then obviously some babes, wherever you are, they wouldn't they wouldn't do that for their guys. They expect the guy, no matter what you do this, you pay for the hotel, you pay for this. So like let's not go on the trip now, yeah. I mean, he should cover the tickets, so the most expensive one shall not cover the other one. But like, I'm down to still not putting, no. Okay, I'm down to not putting everything on you. I'm still down for I can plan whatever.
I agree.
But you can see now that, like you just said, the most expensive one now you carry.
Yeah,
I see. We agree.
So going back to my point, we say as you are,
because I think as guys we accept the world for the reality that it is, right? It's just that we don't. That's that burden to go out there into the world and get that bread and treat my woman like a princess.
Yeah.
You can't add extra stress on top of my head after I'm doing all that shit out there.
So what do you mean by extra stress?
Stress. It comes in so many forms and shapes. But just stress.
See, my own is that like Sifon just said, you carry the heavy lifting. You just said you just said 10th date, 20th date, 9 go. For me, I agree with that one, right? It's like, for me, if you ask me out, you're paying for the day. I'm sorry.
Facts. Yes.
I'm a baby boy.
Yeah,
you understand?
you
gotta take care of me, baby.
That's
What's up?
true.
And also, I say that
for
thing.
me,
Okay, finish.
No,
Sorry.
like for me, if I ask you, I'm going to pay. If I tell you, okay, come and meet me in this place, let's go here.
Yeah.
I'm paying.
You're asking for their
I'm
time.
asking you for your time.
Yeah.
If you're asking me for my time, baby, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Come correct.
But I feel like
Anyways, go on.
Anyway, I feel like in relationships, of course, these things will be discussed.
It should be.
I know
Of
that
course.
there's pressure on guys.
And I mean, this might sound sucky or whatever, yeah, but just like growing up, I didn't really suffer that in life.
The embassy.
So whoever is dating me is like, at least be at the same level or at least a bit more. That's just
I don't think
me.
that's too much asked.
You understand? That's just, it's the life I'm accustomed to.
I'm not gonna lie, there's no way on earth I'm going backwards.
Do you understand? I just can't go back.
Okay, guys.
Nobody should.
That's why I said same level or more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it just goes back to my point that last now, as a man, right, we've accepted that this is the way the world is. You have to take care of your woman, of course.
Yeah.
You've accepted that role, and it's like the way life is just set up is in your mid-20s that you're trying to say, okay, I need to be a person of value that can actually take care of somebody, be a partner and a provider. Like you said, right? It's an unspoken rule. Guys know it. We deal with it and we move on, right? And that's the thing. And when you're like 27 and you kind of have that figured out, you're obviously going for a
I feel
woman
like
who's
that 27 is early.
Actually, I agree.
exactly. But let's
No, but the
think of
thought
it like
now
that.
enters your head at that point.
At that point. And it's like, of course, when you're at that age, typically you would want somebody that's like 23, 24. That's a woman, right? You're 27, she's like 23, 24, right? Let's just say
I
typically.
mean, do you really want her younger? Some guys like the same age too, though.
No,
Some
Like
older too.
I'm quite open-minded with the age thing.
Yeah.
No,
But
of course.
I really feel
That one
like
is more preference.
No, of course, but I'm just saying generally
Generally,
the guy is
yeah.
older than the babe.
Yeah,
Generally,
typically, yeah.
right? And it's like you're at that stage and the girl's at a completely different stage, right?
Yeah.
In her life. Generally. Right? Generally. So that's what I'm saying is like, just what guys are carrying into this whole game and what babes are carrying into the whole game. Generally.
I have a question. Something just popped in my mind.
Okay.
These arguments always on social media.
Of course.
Guys will be like, if you want us to provide, what are you bringing to the table? And I feel like it's quite offensive.
I think we men bring a lot.
Thank you.
Of course, they
I
do
just
bring a lot.
wanted us to like shout out to
bring quite a
babes
lot.
more because let's not be like, well, I'm over here shouting like, oh, take me on a date, and it's just
Yeah.
like I'm sitting down there. No, but I really feel like, okay, for me, what I think is that a lot of men, especially black men, pointing to African men,
Especially
they're pointing
housewife.
to Nigerian men.
Fuck.
No, not even the whole
Nigerian
housewife
men
thing.
stand up.
But I feel like there are things that babes bring to the table that people don't recognize in these conversations, because people are always like, oh, you want to spend my money, what are you doing? Or you want me to take care of you, what are you doing? But from what I've seen, a lot of Nigerian men do not even know how to talk about their emotions. And that's why I've realized that a lot of guys can't even be by themselves. Like when I see somebody being a fuckboy, it's usually a thing where like he still brings that, I don't know, I used to play with them. I'm just giving disclaimer everywhere. But it's just a thing where like the woman is your emotional crutch to an extent. And that's why I'm just, back to the table thing.
She's like your emotional dumping ground.
Yeah. And like the thing is, I don't think a lot of people factor in that fact of like that part of what women do. Because people will be like, oh, if I'm taking you out on dates, you have to cook me 3 meals.
Yeah.
I don't even cook, sir.
I guess a good question would be like, if a guy is bringing all those things, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's because you hear from your perspective what typically a woman should bring. Because I'm like in the new world in 2021, there are a lot of women who those traditional things they have no interest in anymore. So if we clear those out of the table, no. I'm not calling anybody out. Like if you don't want to cook, if you don't want to do anything, what are women bringing to the table? And I'm not calling. I just want to know.
It's okay, Abel. Don't worry, it's a safe space.
Don't worry.
Nobody expects from you on the internet.
Streets are okay.
It's a sweet spot.
I have to
Just
give my
asking.
disclaimer, yeah.
But for me, for example, now I'm not gonna lie. I say it all the time. I'm never going to be a woman that cooks for your 3 meals. It can't happen. I will be unhappy.
I personally think everybody should know how to cook for themselves.
Do you understand?
You're a mature human being.
Like the thing is that
feed yourself.
Thank you. I would never be in a situation where, of course, I'm making food and I won't make for you. But people that know me know that I cook once in 3 days, and I can try and adjust to once in 2 days. That's me meeting someone in the middle. But now when you now take that out, it's now like, okay, what does she bring to the table? But to be honest, I just feel like there are plenty factors in that whole conversation. For one, even though I'm here saying date, that's just dating. But if you're in a relationship with somebody and people are trying to build things, especially us living in Canada, you can't leave that on demand. It's not going to happen. So I will bring finances to the table, definitely, like standard. Yeah. I'm just saying that like babes want to be treated special sometimes.
Of course.
If you can't do it every week, do it once a month. But just do something for your
Shock
babe.
me.
Do you understand? Do something for your babe. I'm sure she's going to be there for you. I'm sure she's going to be there for you at other times as well. Yeah. So babes bring finances. Let's know, a lot of women, especially when they like the man.
I love rich babes.
Exactly. Like, it's going to be a basketball.
Exactly,
you bought me diamond earrings, I'll buy you a watch. Like,
let's do it.
Giving is a different part of it.
Yeah.
Then having this safe space, because I just feel like a lot of black men don't have that safe space.
No, I agree
because
with
like
that,
society has pressed you guys like you have to be macho, you can't cry, you can't blah blah. But let's be honest, when you're in a relationship with somebody that likes you and you like them, you feel a bit more comfortable talking about your emotions. And that's another thing that women bring to the relationship, the soft side and the security, emotional security. I feel like it's something that we also contribute
and that's
to.
it's quite heavy.
It's quite big. I really feel it's quite big. Then the third one, because I only have 3 things in my head, is actually taking care of you. Like me now, I might not be the best. I will not be the best at cooking. But to be honest, there's nothing else that, like, I can't see you stressed and I'm just sitting down there. I'll feel because for me, my own thought is, if I'm with somebody, it's like, how can I make his life better? Yeah. It can be the simple things. Like, okay, he comes down from the bed and every day he touches his feet on the floor. It's like, oh, I don't like my feet touching like the cold floor. I'll go get you a rug so that when you wake up, like, it's not something you must ask me for. Yeah. Or like, my room is bland. I want art on the wall. I don't know what to do. Yeah. I'll literally do that. Your duvet is not warm enough. I'll order to your house. Like, that's the thing. People just think that when you say
Naomi be doing that.
We have a sweet one.
But I'm just saying, like that whole aspect of taking care of somebody. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Like, you're chilling, you're having a bad day. I'll give you a hair drop, play with your beard. It's like,
I can't lie. Like, she's making good points because in a committed relationship, if there are kids, as the guy, you're kind of like an extra kid.
You are.
And like I've watched, like in my own family, I've watched like she take like that thing they do where they just take care of everybody. They're like CEOs of the family.
Do you understand?
It's big, like it's huge. Nobody's paying them for it or like highlighting it, but it's very, very huge.
It's not something you can put monetary value on. Like you can take me on a date and say, okay, you spend $200, but to be honest, there are so many things that women do behind the scenes that cannot be put in currency.
We just ripped up that whole topic on the internet up. Like Naomi just dissected it.
Naomi's not
it's big facts, for sure.
Because I really feel like especially if it's a sincere situation, not like anybody is trying, like the
do
woman is not
mind
trying
games,
to chop your money, the guy is not trying to use your body. Like you've met somebody that you people, like you look at this guy and like, oh, I actually feel for him inside. This is my person. You're going to take care of him.
Yeah.
You get, like, there's so many other aspects. Like me now, I'm obsessed with cleaning. And like, I don't think I'll be with somebody and you stress with like, oh, I need to clean here or your laundry. Like if you're going to work and you need your shirts, I will iron it for you. Like that's just the kind of person. But I'm just asking you.
I actually feel with loving someone. I think it just all boils down to everyone loves differently.
Yeah.
Like you see how you say you don't like cooking. There's some people that love
it.
for their man.
Yeah,
it's just differently. Some people love to give their man gifts.
Exactly. And that's when I think that like you think about what you want, because you think about how you want to love and how you want to be loved as well. Then that's how you move in finding a partner. That's what I think.
So it all boils down to communication, baby.
Exactly.
That's not what we want.
Yeah, don't do that whole societal one size fits all.
Yeah.
No, of course. I just feel, no, like 100%. I think Naomi just gave a very nice, breakdown and synopsis of the
Actually, the last point is priceless.
It's priceless,
absolutely
to be
priceless.
honest.
Yeah.
And it's like we need more women like you.
Oh my god, I'm standard now.
Or just generally people just digging deeper and being more self-aware. Because I feel like everybody buys into the new tweet or what somebody says, and you now plug into that idea.
Exactly.
But you can personalize everything for yourself.
Bro, did you see one thing I was trending on Twitter one time?
What
guys,
did they do this time?
like guys were talking about they were saying, oh my god, this is what my babe got for me, and it was the happiest thing, and it was basically rubbish. like rubbish. Like one guy was like, oh my god, my babe on my birthday, she actually gave me a cake, and it was the best day of my life. And there was just like a whole thread of like guys saying, oh my god, she wrote me a card on my birthday, and it was just the most beautiful things. Like a lot of and I hear what you're saying, and this is how it should be, but it's like the reality of the situation is different. That's what I'm saying. In a lot of situations, like I saw that thread, and you see guys literally for the barest minimum, they are like, oh my god, this woman is just the best, she's fantastic, and they were collecting the bare minimum.
But what if that's what he likes though?
To be fair,
What if he likes best?
He's probably simple-minded.
For Valentine's.
I feel like that could be part of that trend, because to me the simple things are what excite me personally. Just my
do that thing for internet. Come on.
I'm just keeping it.
No, I'm joking,
I don't need grand gestures personally. Yeah.
And for me, it's not like if you're coming to, but thoughtfulness, I feel like it's very important, because there are sometimes also that you meet men that like, because you can't measure by monetary value how somebody likes you, because to some people money is nothing. Like I'm so rich that I can spend 10k on you and like I can hate you, but it's not money that I care about. So it has to be a thing where it's like this person is loving you in the way you want to be loved, and love languages are so important.
Because like I think with my ex now, so I actually really love Rabina. I fucking love that shit, and it's not the juice packs. Like I love in juice packs.
You like to suck it.
I love it. Just so basically, whenever he came to see me, like he literally would just come with like juice pack of Ribena, Capri Sun, and I was like, oh my god, I love that. It was so simple,
good for you, right?
And like that did it for me. I was like, how much do you want? Now let me rub your back or something. I always loved it. It was very easy.
Because for me now, like if you say I want to take you out, I take me to one expensive ass restaurant that the food is not good, I would not have fun.
Exactly.
But like if, for example, now like I like tacos, and you say, okay, I found the nicest taco place in Toronto. The tacos, we can go there and you spend $20. But for me, it's the thought of, okay, this person is listening to me and what I want. They are not just doing this whole, this is what babes like. They like this show, they like this. It's like this person heard me and I'm like, oh, I like tacos and I would like to visit somewhere that is like, the best taco place in Toronto, so that my mind will just be blown. It can be a food truck, but like it's the thought behind it.
Of course.
It's the last kind of question, like because I feel like everyone feels it on some level, but do you guys feel any pressure, self-imposed, society, family, just about figuring out the whole dating thing and being on that journey?
Definitely. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
During, like, was it last year? There was one whole wave of everybody getting married.
Bro.
Oh, God.
On a daily basis.
Like every weekend I woke with somebody.
Guys, Nigeria is not in a recession.
People are
Guy, they're marrying every weekend.
Every weekend.
I think it was a whole lot of sex going on. People were stuck together in the house.
Guy, every weekend on some group chat I'm on, somebody I know, my juniors in high school.
Do you understand? Abel, that's why we're in the same sex.
I'm
So
like, let them share this money now.
See, and the thing is that for me, I'm not going to lie. I started feeling like, wow, should I at least be in a relationship? You know?
Yeah.
Like, this how blink all the good men are going. They're going to leave us in the street in rubbish.
No, but actually there was a story about, I think it was Anita Browse, Nigeria. She got engaged and then they didn't marry at the end of the day. Oh, they married. Okay, yeah. It was very big, but they now divorced like that month or that week or
something,
so.
Right?
Yeah, it was just really quickly. But that's what I'm saying. People are marrying, yeah, but then are you sure you're not marrying just for the hype?
It's the most huge.
It's
decision
so much
of your
money.
life.
Yeah,
It's
and
so
the
much
thing
money.
is that, like, when we say societal, like, I feel like there's pressure even when, because for me, my family is pretty chill. Like, not like my mom and my dad not coming. I'm like, oh, you're turning, shit, exposing my age. But yeah, but like, oh, you're turning 27. They'll never do that because my parents are always like, oh, we want you to be happy at the end of the day. But even when your family pressure is not there, there's now societal that you just feel like
It's like self-imposed, right?
self-imposed, like,
Yeah.
oh God, my mates are doing this. And the thing is that when your friends start going, you actually feel your life change because there's somebody that, oh, I could just call by 3 a.m. in the morning and
Exactly,
be like, guy, I'm
and now,
sad.
no.
Now
They
she
have
has
kids.
a man.
Yeah.
She has kids. Like, you now have to be respectful of all of that. So all of those kind of things can put pressure, especially on women, because I feel like guys have more time. Like, it's not expected that a particular age, like especially with marriage, you
Yeah,
can be
there's a
30
pressure,
something.
of
Yeah,
course, there's a
but
pressure
for
on them.
women, you just turn 22 and it's a wrap. And for me, like,
Do you think it's self-imposed also?
I think society plays a huge role because this is not something that just happens like, oh, I saw people
course.
marrying, so I feel some type of way. It's like through the years you've seen that, okay, at 24, 25, this is what babes are doing.
Yeah.
And society is saying that this is what will make you happy.
Yeah.
And then you now start feeling 24, 25, like, oh shit, I think this is what I should be doing too.
Yeah.
And for me, like, that is still trying, because for me, I really feel like I really want to think and figure out if this is something I want. And I've decided that it depends on the person. Like, if I meet somebody that I feel like I want to spend the rest of my life with, I would. It's not an age thing.
Of course.
Yeah, so that pressure will still play, even if you decided that, oh yeah, I'm this babe that is going to focus on making sure that I'm going to be happily married. Some days you wake up and be like, oh, I don't want to die alone. That time is going.
Facts.
People are taking the good man.
It's a day by day thing, like
Yeah.
big facts, yeah.
So
I
what
wanted to
about
ask
you?
that question, yeah.
For me, was that 2 months ago? I think I was really sad. I really wanted a man.
Right.
Like, I don't know what it was there, but I was
Yeah.
just like, I just really wanted companionship. Or I really like relationships. Like, I'm very happy with
Yeah, one of them ones, isn't it?
Yeah, the streets are not for me. And he said to borrow your words, they are rugged.
Honestly.
I can't really do it. But I have no pressure per se, because I even told my mom, I was like, see, onto all my cousins before me marry.
Everybody older has to go
Leave
first.
me so that I'm last to go.
Yeah.
I think for me, there's no pressure per se, but because even right now, I'm actually scared of marriage, if I'm being very honest. Like, I don't actually feel ready for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really done taking care of myself.
And it's important to know, honestly.
Of course, to be aware of.
Yeah.
So I just know I just want companionship for now. The marriage maybe in a couple of years.
Yeah.
I can't shock myself. Shall I guys? I'm telling you guys, I'm married next year. So
Hey,
I
we're
won't
going to
come,
pull up.
no wahala.
I've been waiting. I need to
Somebody
wear my
just
Timon, you know.
Ah, this
Let's go.
Sure, I haven't been to a wedding in a minute.
Yeah, I need to go,
Yeah,
man.
this Canada is dulling us.
Yeah, you guys should invite us. Like, I'm waiting.
hey
Sharp,
boy,
sharp.
you're probably first to go, shot.
It's busy. Anticipate. No, but yeah, I feel like this was a very, very, like, I've really enjoyed this. I feel like I've learned so much.
Yeah.
So much from, like, the conversations we've had. I feel like everyone who's listening is going to take a lot from the conversations. We've dissected a lot of popular topics, right? And I think this is one thing we should just say is the gorgeous women here. For those of you listening, gorgeous. You've heard the specs and the
Better women.
black women in tech. Let's go. Let's
stress.
get.
Yeah, rich and fine.
But yeah, I think this a fantastic episode. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys all had a good time. I think this is a perfect part where we can actually segue into the music section.
Yes.
Where we give people music recommendation.
So for me, my music taste is very weird.
How is it weird?
I can be listening to rock today, tomorrow gospel, next tomorrow Afro
Afrobeat. You know, however the spirit leads.
That's so now.
Yeah, but for today, I'm recommending songs that are more of a chill vibe.
Okay.
And from artists that are not like really known, because I feel like, you know, the best music sometimes is underground.
Of course.
So my first recommendation is Supermodel by Fable. I think
Fable.
Yeah, his name is Phabo.
Okay.
Yeah, Supermodel is such a good song, and I've not heard it anywhere else. Like, you know, someone recommended it to me, and
It's
I'm
a new
recommending
sound,
it. Recommending it to everyone else. It's R&B, but like a nice vibe. And then the next one is IDK. That's the name of the artist. IDK. The name of the song is Red.
Interesting.
It's also a very chill vibe, but it's like really good.
Oh, yeah.
Not so R&B though, but it's like really good. You know, yeah.
Okay. Mad. Sifon.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna give 3.
Let's go.
Alright.
DJ Sifon.
The first one is actually a French song.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's called Aisha.
Je ne
by-
comprends pas.
What the fuck did you just say, bro?
I'm done. But the artist is called, I think, Ya Levi, but it's spelled Levis.
Ya Levi.
Ya Levi, yeah. Pretty good job. I like it. Then I'm actually going for St. John's concert in November, so I started listening to him again.
Yo.
Snake.
St. Snake.
Snake.
Not bad.
Wait, is the ticket still out?
I think so, maybe. I got it for like $40. So
Shisha is Snake.
St. John's is a fire performer. I've seen some of his
Fire.
performances.
Yeah,
I love
I'm
St. John so
fucking
much.
excited.
I
That
love him
guy's
so
good.
much. Ask David. I was listening to St. John. I got goosebumps.
Yes.
To God.
He has such a powerful sound.
Something. So he has a song with Caesar called Just For Me. I think it was from a movie Space Jam. But anyway,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So it's
that's
just-
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good song actually.
yeah, it's been on repeat for me. I
Yeah,
can't.
that's a
and
really good song.
I went back to one of his old songs, Lost. I don't know if you guys ever heard it.
What album?
That's before Collection 1.
Let's go.
So that's how the
Support
song
the
begins.
vocals.
Like, is his album Collection 1.
Yeah.
It was him and Janelle Crow. Such a vibe. So yeah, that's
I definitely have listened to that song.
I'll play it for you outside the podcast.
That sounds good. Abel.
Okay, for me, I just have 2 recommendations this week. The greatest artist of all time dropped a new album this week. No, which Dirty Drake. Kanye West dropped Thunder.
That means like sketchy.
I know Kanye is, he's hit or miss for people. I am one of those guys. I'm one of those stans, anyways. And one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard by Kanye West, Kid Cudi, and Don Toliver, Moon on Thunder.
Okay,
It
that
is
sounds like a good combo.
Okay, done that.
incredibly
The
beautiful.
jam.
I'll make an exception.
Second song was also dropped by, the biggest Afrobeat artist in the world, Big Wiz, on his deluxe Made in Lagos album, Steady.
Mad.
That's a jam.
Those are my 2 recommendations, and they've been on repeat since Fire Music.
Okay. So the thing about Kanye West, I keep advocating for Kanye West, and I will do that publicly here.
Easy, Odudu. Easy.
Kanye West is obviously, he has his problems, right, and his issues, but I feel like as an artist, he needs to be appreciated a lot more. Let's leave his antiques by the side, but for someone to have influenced 2 big, parts of life for the whole entire 21st century, which is music and fashion, this much for this long, with a lot of classics, all of the lights from Synths to
Kanye
this
West
is new
is really
album.
good.
Come
Can't
on.
argue that.
He's setting himself on fire in the stadium. He's a performance artist.
too,
It's
yeah.
not about music video.
Yeah.
Like all these guys. Have you seen that Drake's Way Too Sexy video?
We can't take Drake seriously. Like, honestly, all of us know we can't take Drake seriously.
So it's like there's people that make those kind of music videos and it's just like, oh, pop, everybody talk about me. But then there's performance art, something you actually go to like a theater to see. That's what Kanye West, that's the wave he's on. So I'm just advocating for him, please.
I just want to throw in there, just in the circle, that doesn't mean you can misbehave yourself.
Facts.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
I'm
No.
saying. and
Yeah,
I'm
no,
done.
Of course. Like for me, I'm separating like the
arts
man
and
and
the
his antics to like the
And I understand people who can't. I think that's also fine.
No, I feel
yeah.
you. Of course. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways, my music. Okay, so I found Vori a long time ago. But I think Kanye West brought him back on his album because he was on a few songs, that No Child Left Behind and what's the other song? God Breathe.
I know
He
God
was on
Breathe
those
is,
2. So I went to his album and I was listening to it and I found the song CC Interlude. Shit.
But that's Vori's album.
Vori's album. The name of the album is Vori. Vori's sound is new, fresh,
That's good.
very clean. So that one, and I would say also on Vori's album, I have 3. Also on Vori's album as well, Try Me If You Want. That's also a really good one. And then I just found this song recently, and I just really like it. Kid Akuts, Don't Be Shy.
Is it under his new album?
I'm not sure, but I just found it. I think Spotify just recommended it to me one day, and I just really liked the vibe.
Spotify is actually looking out for their people.
I did too.
Shout out to Spotify.
Algorithm is legendary, bro.
Like when they make my mixes, I'm like, ooh.
Spotify.
I'm like, that algorithm is wicked. Like the kind of recommendations I get.
It's really
I
good.
know, that song makes sense.
Yeah.
But this was a fantastic show. I really enjoyed the show, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys. You guys are our first guests, so
Exactly.
that's huge.
I think this episode is going to be a banger. I think a lot of people. Of course.
Yes.
It has to.
Invite us back. We like to talk.
No, for sure.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you everyone for listening.
We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Of course.
And follow FemX Vibes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Back about the tech. Let's get it. Anyways, have a great week, guys.
Bye.
Thank you everybody for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please tell your friends about it, share it, and follow us on all socials at @TFDRadio_. You can find more information in the podcast description. Also, please do not forget to check out the Fake Deep Radio playlist on Spotify made specially for you. Have a great week.
What?